by slowly. When we enter into the month of November, now what we do is also start getting songs of Merry Christmas, Bonnie M, and of course songs start coming up, and also the rains are heavy. I will tell you, if you're using Chambogo Road, kindly don't pass there, because I've been a victim of circumstance and I don't want you to, to fall a victim. The roads are not well there. But today morning we will be talking about the ongoing elections, and of course we've seen our president he was in Karamoja, he's been in Gulu, Rida. He's traversing, and of course they're talking about his manifesto, and of course we've seen other different candidates also talking about their manifesto. I don't know what's your take, but with me, I'm honored once again to have Sandra, and we're going to be talking about the ongoing politics. You can follow in, you can go to our Facebook page, which is U24, follow us on YouTube at U24, and of course you can follow us on TikTok, X. Let's share your opinions, and of course I'll be reading them out, and I'll also we'll give you a WhatsApp number where you can share your views and you tell us what you think about these elections that are happening. Sandra, good morning.
Good morning to you, Sheila.
I'm delighted to have you this morning.
I'm grateful. Thank you.
And for the people watching us out, I would want to know your name.
My name is Rolin Sandra Asekeng. I'm a media analyst from the media department of the Office of the National Chairman, NRM. Thank you all for viewing, for being live. Most likely, I would like to thank the people that have been rallying along with His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, my presidential candidate. I would like to extend my grateful thanks to the people of Kabera Maido. That was yesterday. That's where His Excellency was. I'm so grateful they turned up in very large numbers. I'm really so grateful to the youth that really turned up. There were very, very many. Yeah.
All right, Sandra, the elections are going on. We do have elections happening. What's your take on these ongoing elections, you as the youth?
Me as the youth, before I would like to talk about if you look at 2016 elections, the focus was more on maintaining stability, right? And then when we look at 2021, now a new wave comes in. That is when we see youth participation in politics, which to me, youth, it's healthy, right? And I'm so delighted that NRM has remained consistent to its message to the people of Uganda, that is peace, in providing peace, development and stability. Me as a youth, I feel that this is an opportunity, okay, not only to the youth, but to everyone. It's really an opportunity for the youth to, for example, it's an opportunity for the youth to show that the process is ongoing and it's a right process, okay, and they need the people to trust them in their service. So I believe it's an opportunity for the youth to take into to really engage themselves in the politics.
When you see 4 years ago when we had the pandemic and of course of COVID, the COVID wave in there, that's when we had our elections, and there was a bit of scuffle between the youth inside there, trying to buy burning tires here and there, causing commotion. When you take a look at the 4 years ago during the pandemic, the elections that we had and the current elections, what do you think? Because someone anticipated that there's going to be a lot of violence, which has not been. What's your take on that?
I don't believe that there's going to be a lot of violence, or there is going to be any violence, because looking at the violence of Uganda, 70% of Uganda is made up of the youth, the young people. So I believe this goes back to the character of people, or the character of the youth. Currently, right now, I know the challenges the youth are facing, the drugs, a lot of things, but I believe His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, my presidential candidate, has been able to bring closer such people And then we are seeing different characters changing within the youth. So I do not believe there is going to be any violence.
You believe this time we're going to have a peaceful election?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, let's talk about the youth that engage themselves in politics.
Okay.
Do you think some of them come when they are ready to engage themselves in politics? Because recently we had some youths being elected for different various positions in the NEC and of course in the SEG. And some of them have been really young. Do you think it's the right time for them to engage themselves in politics?
In regards to politics, I do not think politics should be judged according to age. It should be judged according to experience, right? Not experience, but your capability of serving the people of Uganda. So I believe they are ready.
You're sure the youth are ready?
Yes.
So they can engage themselves in politics?
Yes, they are ready.
Okay. Now, away from that, we're seeing the president is traversing the country, and of course he's asking for the people, you know, he's telling them the manifesto, and of course also asking for the people to give him a vote. And we've seen the youth and the different industrial hubs that he has put there. These industrial hubs are to help, you know, the youth to, you know, have a different skill. Do you think these hubs have done a great job to the youth, basically to the ghetto children down there?
My take on that is that I believe, yes, they have. They have really done a big impact on the lives and changing the youth, the characters of the youth, especially the ones in the ghetto.
So we've seen the youth these days do engage themselves in politics, but more so they do engage themselves in politics of, like, you know, some of them just are there to disorganize the people that are voting. And of course, some of them are there to, you know, to read the votes. Some of them are there for a good cause. What do you think the youth out there who are trying to get themselves into politics should do when, you know, when we get onto the ballot paper 2026?
Number one thing is that when you're joining politics, we all have different ideologies. So you have your ideologies. When you look at your ideologies and they are in line with something, okay, or with someone, then you have to center yourself towards that person. The reason why, like I said, the reason why the youth are, some of them are joining politics because of violence, I don't know what's so on, but I said it all comes back with character. A character of a person. You as a person, you're coming into politics. What is your ideology? Are you coming to serve the people? Are you coming just for survival? Because politics isn't about survival. It's about serving the people. Okay? And we need to serve the people where in the country there is peace. And I believe, and I have seen, Uganda there is peace. So the youth can come up and take up can participate in the elections, which is okay because there is the peace. Whoever is capable and has the competence is and can.
Okay, we're seeing the ongoing elections in Tanzania, and of course something that is really very worrying is the numbers of the youth are then engaging themselves into violence. What's your take on that?
My take on that, I will still side with what I said. It all comes out with the characters of the people or of the youth. Most of the violent youth are people who are using drugs, who are using different things. So,
but some of them say they are paid to do these things.
Why are you paid to bomb places where people live? Why are you paid to bomb places where they are innocent human beings? That is inhuman.
Because they say some of them do not have a living. So if someone walks up to them and tells them, this is the money that I have, I can give you to do something for me, then literally they will wake up and go do that thing because they're being given money.
No. Money shouldn't drive us to such extents, like where that we have to kill people's lives, like we have to ban people. No, it shouldn't be that way. That's why I said character of the youth. Of a person. So I think the Tanzanian intelligence should look into that, and then maybe the youth should be, like I want to say that the youth are supposed to be listened to, okay? We are not supposed to shatter them or silence them. We are supposed to mentor them. We're supposed to listen to them. So I think even the youth, it goes back to us, the youth. Are we ready to to air out our views peacefully?
Well, when you say that, sometimes the youth say when they come out peacefully to air out their views, sometimes they're not heard, or you people, the youth leaders, do not take their, their views there, and they end up still being the same old people that they have been.
I don't know why it's like that, or they say that, but I believe that they are listened to. And if you come out and you speak without violence, you're more listened to. Because when you come out and you speak with violence, that means they have to first handle the violence and then they listen to you. You get it? So I think it's better when the youth come out, speak peacefully without violence. They will be heard more. All
right. Well, you're watching One on One. Of course, my name is Sheila Kahunda, and of course, we're talking about the ongoing elections that are happening in Uganda. And of course, come January 15th, you will be able to vote for your president. But the question is, who is your president? Who are you going to vote? And of course, also the members of parliament were nominated, and they have been out there giving their views. I hope you've listened to them. This time it's going to be you and that ballot paper right in front of you, where you're going to vote, and it should only be a secret ballot paper. And after voting, you don't need to, wake up and go and tell people, yes, me, I voted this one. That's where the violence will start from, and of course, people will start fighting and beating each other. Well, you can follow this conversation on U24 at U24 Television, that is on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and of course, X, which is former Twitter at U24. You can follow using the hashtag, and of course we are talking about the ongoing elections. But before we take a break, I want to ask Sandra something that is really touching. Sandra, we've seen the youth out there. You've talked about some of them engage themselves in drugs. What can the government do to, uplift these young youth, to get them from drugs? I'll give you an example. Some of us who stay around Nalia, the bypass of late is very deadly because these kids are back. They have stones. We actually don't know what they use, but they're hitting people. They're hitting people's cars. Or you'll be driving and they will just throw eggs onto the windscreen. And when you start washing it off, you literally can't see, you lose control, and they'll come and take, your things from the car, or they pickpocket anything they feel like. What can the government, as we're heading into the elections, do to make sure that these kids that are using drugs are helped?
Most cases, the youth that use drugs because they are idle. They have nothing to occupy them. If you have something to occupy you, there is no way you're going to start using drugs. So I would recommend maybe skill programs for the youth, but which are there. Just that some youth are so reluctant to engage themselves in such skillful programs to keep themselves active, not to be dormant. Yeah.
Okay, we've seen the office you're in, Hajat, goes out there to engage the youth in giving them products to use. Some of them are given, hair dryers. Some of them are given machines to use when they're going to tailor. They're given a lot of things. What do you have to say about that? And do you think these youth are getting them? Because some of them come out and say, they give them to other people. Some of us who have been, in these skilling hubs and working very hard, we have not received anything. Yet someone who just comes for one day and then out of the blue, boom, receives these instruments. What's your take on that?
Okay. Special thanks to the Chief Muzukul, that is Hajat Namia, the head of the Office of the National Chairman, NRM. In regards to her delivering some of the products to the youth, that is really nice and it is good. She has been doing that and she's going to continue doing that. The ideology that is moving around that they are not receiving
yes,
is not right. They are receiving.
Have you followed them up to see that these they have received these instruments, these products perhaps, or the machines, we could call them machines?
Yes, they have received the machines, and those that have received them, they are utilizing them right now. So in case some of them have not yet received, they should wait. The machines will come, we'll reach up to them, because you cannot deliver to everyone, but then you deliver to people and then to another person tomorrow, the next day, the next day. It's just patience, it will reach.
Well, someone said that the youth out there, as you've said, that are engaging themselves into politics, they're not given the right time. They're not given guidance on doing what they're doing. You, as you, Sandra, were you given guidance to, you know, be a politician or to engage yourselves into politics?
It all starts with an individual. Have you sought for the guidance? What steps have you taken to seek for the guidance? It starts with you, okay? Someone is not going to come and approach you and is like, now come and I guide you. So if you're really interested in something, you will step up for it. You will step up for it. And I step up for it. That's why I am here. So, and I'm guided, yeah. So I think it starts with a person.
For how long have you been into this line of politics?
Not long enough, yeah.
So would you encourage the youth out there to also engage themselves in politics?
Yes, I will.
Really?
Yes, productive, and I would encourage them to engage themselves in productive politics, one that is going to groom them, not to turn them into violence, one that is going to shape them, to mentor them, to listen to them, not to silence them.
Okay, Sandra, I can see my producer is telling me you could be having a live anytime from now. And just if you look into that camera, what could be your last take on the ongoing violence that is happening in Tanzania, and also you as a youth leader, what could be your advice to the youth out there?
In regards to the ongoing violence in Tanzania by the youth, I think the Tanzanian intelligence has a lot more to do, and they should do. They should look at the character of the youth. They should listen to the youth, okay? But then it also goes back to the youth. They should also be peaceful. You know, peace starts with ourselves. So you have to be peaceful. So as to be listened to. So when you come out peaceful, people will listen to you. So to the youth in Tanzania, I would recommend you speak peacefully, and you will be listened to.
All right. Well, you've heard what Sandra has said this morning, and of course she's, a youth leader, and she also says if you want to, be a very good leader, all you have to do is engage yourself in politics that matters, not to fight, not to be, here and there, and keep on fighting people. Well, that's what we had for you this morning on One right here on U24. You can still follow this conversation on our Facebook pages, on our TikTok, on our X, and of course on our YouTube. Follow this conversation and tell us your take. And for now, we'll be going into another live session later. So for now, it's a goodbye, and just in case you're coming to town, do not forget to carry yourself a jumper or a sweater, because it's very cold outside there. And then it's November, it's a new month. Happy new month, and of course to some of us seated right here, it is our birth month. And all we can say is we wish God to give us more and more years. But for now, we'll be going into another live. Thank you so much for being part of this, and we'll do this again next time, same time.